I'm Jefferey Cottingame, chiropractor from Durant, Oklahoma, USA. My miracle story involves my first son. In 1995, my first son was born, and when he was born, there was complications with the delivery, and he ended up being a very sick baby at birth. And events so worked themselves out that we ran into a chiropractor at a daycare where we were taking our son. And an orthopedist had said that his hip was congenitally or dislocated at birth, I should say, and that he would have to be in braces for 5 years. So I didn't like that idea, and I knew that God had something bigger for my son's health. So in a turn of fate, a miracle if you will, we ran into this chiropractor. And I had just in passing mentioned that my son had a hip problem. 2 days later, we were scheduled for an ultrasound at a leading hospital there in North Texas. We took our son to this chiropractor. He took care of him one evening, then the next morning as well, before we left to take him to Fort Worth, to the hospital in Fort Worth. When we got to the hospital in Fort Worth, the ultrasound technician did his ultrasound and turned to me and said, "So what's wrong with your son's hip?" And not being in the medical field, at that point, I told her, I said, "I don't know. You're going to have to tell me." They said, "We can't find a problem with this baby's hip. There's nothing wrong with it." So at that moment, my wife and I knew that there was something great to chiropractic. My wife actually went in the chiropractic profession, began working for the very doctor that we had taken our son to at that point. And I began to get chiropractic care. Now that in and of itself is a miracle, but the miracle for me is that at that moment I had a calling, that through the chiropractic profession, God was able to call me to do something big. And that one chiropractor, laying hands on my son and helping him recover, led me to enter a profession where I've now been able to help literally thousands of people myself, and in turn touch other chiropractors' lives. And my candle has lighted the candle of others, and then others and others. That's my miracle story.